Yes, sir. You might get a countdown. You might
not.
Yeah, I was thinking that joint was going to have some audio to it too. Guess not. We'll put something together.
I thought you've been saying that for about 3 weeks.
3 weeks. Yeah, we got to put one of your songs on here, yo. Though.
He ain't gonna let you do it, bro.
No,
he ain't gonna let you do
copyright infringement ain't.
Songs on vibrate.
Yeah. I feel like we're about to get down to serious business. Huh?
Hey, whatever y'all want to call it, bro. I'm
I'm
a squirrel in y'all world, bro.
Oh man,
I'm trying to get like y'all when I grow up.
Just trying to get a nut.
This nigga make music and then when somebody want to use it for something, nigga,
Oh, I don't want nobody to listen to my.
Yeah.
I don't want them to
Oh,
hear
that's
me.
what
We
he
should
going
put on
with.
here.
This nigga just
How
make
you
shit
talk
up every
about
time
it.
he open his mouth.
This motherfucker here.
Let's make something up every time he open his mouth.
Yo, welcome to the Who You Talking To show. Yeah, you know who I am. Anyway, Marquette, OleHead and OleHead.
Hey,
Yeah, got the OleHead Rell up in the building. OleHead Rell up in the building. So you know what? I'm actually gonna start with you, Rell.
What's up, bro?
Because I'm feeling a certain type of energy. I
What's up?
felt an energy shift, and I feel like maybe you got something, yo.
I got some energy. What you mean?
Okay, nah. I just hey
I'm
man.
cool.
You know, I'm just one of those people that's kind of like one with a lot of things. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So like I feel things. So I just want to make sure you feel it.
Pause. This nigga, boy.
That's some new nigga shit. Ain't the pause.
Bet
Pause
you do
that.
feel things.
Yeah, I feel everything. It's
I
like
believe it.
walking through life with an open
Light
wound.
skin.
Yeah.
Light skin,
Oh
bro.
man, here we go with
Yeah,
the light
it's the
skin
light
shit.
skin. It's the light skin.
You know, I went to Chuck Nim family reunion today, and his aunt told me you used to be light skinned.
Yeah, you damn sure did get a couple shades this summer.
Hey, shit,
You
his
damn
aunt
sure
said,
did
"You
get a
used
couple
to be light
shades.
skinned." She damn sure, so that just made me think about that.
We'll check back with you in December. You know what I mean? But just before we get into our memes, now how y'all feeling? Is everybody good?
I'm good. I'm good.
Good.
I think I look good.
You think you look good?
Yeah.
As long as you think so, my brother.
That's all that matters.
You know what I
100%.
mean?
I'm glad y'all know.
You had a good work week. Everything was straight.
Yeah. I'm good. I'm good.
Good.
I'm blessed. I'm always blessed, but I feel blessed today.
Blessed, huh?
Mm-hmm.
And brought Jesus in there.
Highly favored.
Highly favored.
That's it.
We ain't got your cross
Got the
on.
Jesus piece.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, can we get a zoom in
You
on
know,
the
I
blank?
always, you know what I always wonder? I always wonder, like, how would Jesus feel about crosses?
Yeah, considering
we ain't got to go into all that. I just always wonder, like, what if
I never thought of it that way though.
Would this be the thing that the symbol that he would want to be utilized to
reflect as?
Well, we ain't good. That's not what we're supposed to be talking about today.
I know a couple people that oppose that.
Hey, we ain't supposed to be getting into all that.
Right? We will get in that on another day.
That'll be fun. Religious.
That'll be a good. That'll be
amongst us. Like it's a different.
Oh yeah.
Vibe. Yeah, we got some
religious beliefs amongst heathens.
Heathens.
You know what I'm saying?
That's you, bro. You claiming that on your own. I ain't claiming that. I talk to y'all every day.
Huh?
I talk to y'all every day.
Okay.
Multiple times a day.
Highly blessed, highly favored.
I don't talk as much as I should, but I'm pretty sure that he knows. Matter of fact, I ain't pretty sure. I know 100%. He know my heart. He know where I'm at,
and he know you ain't worth a fucking plug.
And if I ain't worth a plug, he damn sure know.
Okay.
Let's cut to some memes.
So let's get into some antics,
icebreakers,
some antics. What do we got up here first for the people?
Where we gonna go? I think let's go something funny real quick, just to break it up a little bit. Let me see where we at with it. I think
he got a fucked up humor, cause his shit don't be funny sometimes.
Everybody keep asking me, how did I get off crack? How have I been off crack?
Shit, you look like you still on crack.
Hold on, man. Wait. Rewind. Wait. Man.
How did I get off? Hey,
Shiny little mother, sweating it out.
Tell us about her habit. She said, how did I get off?
Still look like baking soda coming out your pores and shit.
Everybody keep asking me, how did I get off crack? How have I been off crack for 4 years? It ain't no trick to this, and it ain't Jesus. Ain't no more crack. That's it. All you got now is or meth. I ain't doing neither one of them motherfuckers, all right? I'm a traditional crackhead. I used to take lawnmower motors out of lawnmowers and put them in your car and get it started. You hear me? Like you could get a whole living room set from me at 3 a.m. I am that type of crackhead. Now that can't do shit for me. And meth, please. Everybody keep asking me how did I get off.
She said, yo, she right though. Ain't no more crack.
Hey, from what I've been hearing,
ain't no more
they all
crack.
on the what is it, the
fucking
the
fentanyl, man.
Shit,
Hey, you be seeing them they got the different videos, nigga cocked to the side.
Oh, bent all the way over.
Like, bro,
looking like a hieroglyph.
There's nothing enticing about that. The way you look on that joint, like you wouldn't want to be seen by anybody on that.
Because you know them crackheads back in the day, they was happy that a motherfucker dancing and shit,
moving
got
fast,
moving shit. Hey, picking up your shit, dancing while they got. Oh. Yeah, picking up your stuff, dancing while they stealing your stuff. You know what I mean?
You
see them running across the yard.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Couldn't catch them.
Behind somebody's bushes or trees. Them niggas mad. That stuff they own. Like you
Linked.
said, they be
Linked out, boy.
You ain't got to try to catch them. They ain't going nowhere.
They damn sure ain't going nowhere. They ain't running nowhere.
No, that was funny though.
All right, here let's.
What do we got up next? Let's see what this one is.
What's up, Braylon? What's on your mind, son?
I've never really told you this, but when I get older, I'm never gonna have sex.
What?
Never.
Why?
And technically, I want to live a virgin.
You gonna be a virgin forever, like a monk?
Yeah, a monk, basically. Technically, I don't want to carve my path with a lady or something because I want to carve my own path. Understand my questions. Because I always ponder and question about many things in my head.
Well, you can ponder those questions and still get it on, son.
No. That's just too much for me. Too much on my mental. I can't just figure about someone else's life while on my own. I like to care about my own life. I got to figure out things that I've always questioned. Morality, death, hatred. Things that humanity still are working on.
So you can figure all that out while you still get your groove on, son.
Technically, fornicating with someone or being around someone is difficult. Quite difficult for me.
You'll get used to it. It'll work out.
And no.
So you're going to be bound to be a virgin.
Yep.
That nigga say,
so
no.
I won't have grandchildren for me.
Nope.
What?
Hey, look, if it go extinct, it's not my fault. I'll just, adopt a little kid. But it might carry on our legacy.
Dang. So I won't get to be a grandmother from Braylon.
Yep, you will never be a grandmother because I don't like dealing with children or dealing with other people. Because that's very difficult on my head, and I will literally go clinically insane. Like
I think that's enough. So, like, I think that there was a few things that stood out in that one for me.
Yeah,
I didn't get to hear many of them because y'all was talking.
Either way, the thing when he was talking about like just the idea of not having kids. I know we had this conversation recently, and I know that there's a good population of people at this point that like are saying they don't want to have kids. You know what I mean? And I'm not knocking. You know what I mean? I'm going to say that you having kids will change your life. Like it is for the better.
It saved my life.
And that's coming from somebody that always said he didn't want no children.
Just making shit up. I said that I wanted kids my entire until there was a specific time period of my life where I was like I didn't want kids, and the reason for that is not important. But I knew I wanted kids up to a certain point. You know what I mean? Dave, I think of like before and after a certain point. But the thing is that like
that nigga said up to a point, right? First, you did say up to a point first. Anyway, go ahead.
Before and after.
Okay.
So like there was maybe a segment of maybe like 4 years that I didn't want children.
Okay, yeah, I get that.
And it was because I wasn't in the position that I would like to be, and so I didn't want to, do prematurely ejaculate within the womb of a woman, and without laying the foundation that I needed to lay. And then once I got that laid, I started shooting the club up.
Yeah, but you planned your shit out though.
Yeah, we did
for the most part, because I think we touched on that before. Like I wasn't no plan. You were no plan.
Yeah, no,
but But either way, like
but this dude
this
is weird though, bro. That's
yeah,
why
he's
what-
you know what I mean.
No,
Like
not
number
weird.
one, no,
No,
not him. You talking about the young boy on there that
No,
was
I'm talking
talking,
about
right?
the young
Are you
boy
talking
right
about
there.
your son?
Yeah.
The video,
Right.
the gentleman on there, young man on there. Number one, he's speaking straight mathematically.
Right,
You could definitely tell like that nigga's brain is moving at a different pace, and it doesn't. There's nothing social about him.
100%.
You know what I
They
mean?
call, I think they like the incels. They call them now.
Yeah, incels.
Incels.
Okay,
It's like the less social, more on the computer, on like you know what I mean, doing the in chat rooms.
Yeah, and
all
as
that
far as
stuff.
he's looking at shit don't add up, so I ain't doing it.
And I can understand a person saying like that. Well, I don't agree with it, but I understand the idea like of you saying like you don't want to have kids because it does give another layer of responsibility. It takes another level of selflessness. The thing is though is that for me it has been able to give me like a whole reason for doing so many different things for the betterment of my life, like getting a hold of my vices. You know what I mean? I want to be here longer so that I can be here for my kids. You know what I mean? It gives me more of a reason to live and a reason to like check boxes, and you know what I mean? It provides a why to your breath. Go ahead.
Yeah.
So you wish that, or do you think it'd be better if more people did it your way?
Planned it?
Planned it out?
I think so.
Yeah. But then people like you wouldn't be here then.
Ooh. Yeah, because you wouldn't plan.
Yeah, because you wouldn't plan.
Right, but I mean, who's to say that it would come, but it may come later down the line when you actually have established yourself.
Been you, though.
Possibly, we don't know how all of that works.
It would have been the same nut.
Hey.
Yeah, you'd have been a whole different. You'd have been a whole different swimmer. You could be a girl right now.
You could have been a female.
Whatever, buddy. I'll go with that.
No, but with that, I don't think, and you know what, like I don't think that my daughter would even mind me sharing. And if she did, it's too late because I already announced it to the internet. But my youngest daughter, like she doesn't want to have children either. Now she's not mathematically doing it like that gentleman. You know what I mean? She still has a decent social life and stuff like that. But I think she sees the responsibility that comes with being a parent and everything that it entails. And I think that she's straight up like, just no. Like, no, that's not something that she wants for her life. You know what I mean? And you know what? I'm not mad if she decides to make that decision.
And nor would I be. But then I think because of that decision, she's gonna miss out on a lot in life.
Yeah.
Because I think.
Go ahead.
Because I think that's what brings a woman over that hill.
The hill of what?
That of understanding of like that only child thing. If you don't have any children, then there's a certain level of being a nurturer and taking care of other people that you don't learn.
Yeah.
Well, I think that the people who choose not, they say they don't want to have kids, they don't want to learn that.
They don't want to learn about.
But
they don't want that.
My point is that they won't. You know, there's people I understand that don't want to, but that's my point. Those people are selfish. They're selfish.
Let me ask you this.
Because
hold on. Let me ask you something there. Because it is a good point. There is a bit of selfishness that's there.
Yeah.
Because they're like, I don't want this. I don't want that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if they already know themselves, like when I became a father, to become a father,
join the club.
I just became one, right?
Yeah.
And so from we're standing, we're like, you'll just do it. You'll fumble your way through it, right? But you'll make it work. But at the same time, you don't know whose life you may ruin
100%
or uplift, you know,
100%.
or drive, you know what I'm saying? So if a younger person is now sitting back saying, you know what? I don't even want that on my plate. You know what I'm saying? Like in one sense, I can say, yeah, it's selfish. And there's a very valid point to that. But at the same time, I'm like, well, you know what? Maybe by you making that decision is because, you know, just because you're a female doesn't make you a good mom.
100%.
You know what I'm saying?
You could be
even though I feel like, and I'm gonna speak from my house. I feel like my girls were all raised by a good mother. You know what I'm saying? So, okay, you got something in front of you, right, that you can go off of, and then if that if you do have a kid, you may end up tapping into some shit about you that you ain't even know. 100%. That's what happened with me as a father. I tapped into some shit about me that I didn't even know that I had in me. It just clicked. You know what I mean? It wasn't perfect, but I worked my way through it, and that's why I had the relationship that you know what I mean that I do with the kids.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Oh wait, them kids changed him. Them children, the very first one to the second one.
Yeah.
If you was around him, you could see
the difference.
Even the way he talked.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When it came to that.
So from you being his father, like you could see, like, did it make him a better man?
Oh, yes, definitely.
Yeah, that's what's up.
And then, and to me, to be honest, he don't know this because I ain't never said it. But to me, it made me feel worse or looked at worse.
Why?
Because he's doing a lot better job than I did. But I'm happy for it.
Yeah.
I still feel the way I
It made you look at you.
Yeah, it made me reflect on me more. You know what I mean? So I'm happy because I want my son to be better than me.
Yeah.
At everything.
Man, that's dope, dog. That's dope.
You know what I'm saying?
He never said
that's dope.
Yeah. He said we talked about everything we don't. But anyway, some things I keep to myself.
Yeah.
Whether it look like it or not. But I applaud him in the way he treat his children and what he's trying to do with his children. But it also at the same time make me reflect on all the things I didn't do. You know what I'm saying? So I feel a way. But at the same time, I'm happy because he's better than me.
Yeah.
And that's the objective.
Man,
you
that's
want
what's
your
up,
child
man.
to be better than you. You know?
Yeah, no, that's cool. And you know the crazy thing is, like, I never think of like, oh, whether it changed me or not.
Yeah, because you live in it,
right? Yeah, because you're just doing the thing, you accept the responsibility, and then you just execute based on your acceptance of the responsibility. Not saying that like I'm not no perfect dad, nothing close to it. I don't even say like I'm doing my best. You remember we was having that conversation where most times we give our parents that like glaze over saying, oh, you did the best you could do. And it's like I don't even use that for myself, because I know many days I sit back and I'm like, I just took this whole time since I've been off to myself today, and it's 3 or 4 hours, and I ain't really been, you know what I mean, involved with the kids at all. And it's like, okay, I won't do this tomorrow. You know what I mean? But then I think it's a balance. Like a lot of times we talk about balance. You need that time for yourself. Sometimes you can't do as much on other days because of the things that you got going on. A lot of times we don't see, and it's like I was listening to the Young Thug interview. A lot of people is picking that Young Thug whole interview things that he's been saying and everything that's been going on. But what he was talking about in his last interview here with the Pivot, he was talking about the fact that he doesn't even acknowledge or know what depression looks and feels like.
What depression looks and feels
like. So he's saying that the only reason he said he feels that he's depressed, but the only reason why he's saying it is because everybody else is
telling you that you're depressed,
right?
Based off of you should be depressed,
or based on, or they can see that you not, you know what I mean, you're not yourself right now. People that are close to you are seeing this thing that's changing you that you can't see in yourself. You know what I mean? And so I'm not saying that he is or is not. But what I'm saying is that is a real thing to not, you know what I mean, to not know that what's happening on the inside and everybody else around you can see these changes. And so it's like, it's important, like that, even when you talk about what OleHead just said to me, like, it's honestly, that's probably the only pat on the back that I actually appreciate is parenting. Because I'm like, I'm trying, and this is a thing, like, am I doing the best? As I said, no, I ain't doing the best I can do. You know what I mean? I could do much better. I ain't never did the best I could. Tried to put a 100% effort into anything, maybe other than playing drums. Or like, you know what I mean? Like, that's probably the only thing I can say that I put my all into. But this is the closest thing that I've, you know what I mean? The parenting is like, and then also keeping my marriage together, because those two things go hand in hand. Because the keeping my marriage together is important to my parenting strategy.
Yeah.
And you see what I'm saying? Like all of these two things intertwined so much.
I just never even viewed I like the terminology that you use when you say having a parenting strategy. I never even thought of that concept, you know what I'm saying, even with my wife and even through all these years.
Adults didn't do that when we came up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was all just get in line and stay in line.
Yeah, it was kind of like,
was.
you know, you follow suit and you make do with, you know, what the hell you have. And, you know, hey, if you had enough hugs, good. If you didn't, good. But you still in the same line.
Yeah.
You still, you know.
Yeah.
Did you get enough hugs?
I think so. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Definitely.
Honestly, I
probably
what?
I could honestly, I feel like that because of me knowing you and that your willingness and ability to feel.
Yeah,
I think that comes. It shows that you did get enough hugs. You know what I mean? As a man, especially at your age, that's not the norm. And so I could see a difference in you that I don't see in most men your age. Let alone in general.
Yeah.
But like at your age, you mean that's not something that I've ever seen. In real life. So I would say that it does show different in who you are and how you present that you did get enough hugs. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
I didn't get no hugs. And when I say no hugs, I don't mean I've never gotten a hug from my parents. But what I'm going to say is that, honestly speaking, I think that between both of my hands, I can count. I can run out of. I can still have fingers left. There was no affection at my house.
Yeah.
Do you think that shows in your in who you are?
Yeah, and I can see it, and I understand that it affects me, and I try to be better than that. But once you live so long being a certain way, even though you try to be better, you feel it's like a line and you over here and over here, over here and over here. Sometimes
you're trying to figure it out.
Because you didn't, that's all you know.
Yeah.
It's all you know. So I try to be better, even my son. You know, that's the reason why we didn't have a relationship at all. Is because I was doing him the same way I was done. It wasn't a conscious thing.
No.
It wasn't conscious
by no means.
You know what I'm saying? But it's like I say, you know, he was a teenager, preteen, you know, right there, you know what I mean, somewhere. I couldn't even tell him I loved him because my daddy never told me those words. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's a lot of firsts for me that I didn't receive that I had to learn how to do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
with
saying?
Him now as a man.
And the thing is too is that I will say that I believe wholeheartedly that, and I appreciate our relationship as we got, even though it wasn't what it, you know what I mean? Number one, I appreciate Mom Duke's not tearing you down, because that right there enables the relationship to be, you know what I mean, mended, because she wasn't just ripping him down, you know what I mean? And so I was always seeking, I wanted a relationship with my dad, but it just, you know what I mean, he had other things going on. But once I came back from the military, we had a conversation while I was in the military. I called him, and I think I went over this before, but we'll go over it now just because it makes sense. I was in the military and I started realizing what he was trying to do, even though I didn't see the way that he was doing it as effective, because there was no communication with it.
Yeah,
it was all just doing a thing, and so he just didn't know how to tell me.
But action,
the reasoning behind what he was doing, which it would seem like he was just kind of antagonizing me.
Okay.
Like I always just think you ain't got no relationship with me, but you always telling me something to do something that's kind of in the way. But at the end of the day, once I came home from once I got to the military, and they actually enforced structure.
Yeah.
They did it in a way that he wasn't gonna be able, you know what I mean? It's because this is either get down to lay the fuck down, or you gonna go home. You know what I mean? Go ahead and get this dishonorable. You gonna go home worse than when you came.
Shout out to niggas that went home.
You know what I'm saying? That's why I always forget that you went. It
went home. It went home.
But it was one day I called him. It was on me. It was just on my spirit that day. And I called him. I just wanted to let him know, like, I get it now. I get it now. I can see what you were attempting to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And at that moment, like, it wasn't to where I could say, honestly, at that moment, I didn't know that I would have done it differently or what the problem was with the execution or nothing like that. But as I got older, having children, now I see, okay, that's what it is that he was doing. This is what was missing. It's like the idea of having discipline without communication. Discipline without communication is gonna fail every time. And so, well, I can't say it's gonna fail every time because that's what he did. And you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I would say that I can't panned out okay.
But he worked his way through it.
Yeah, and then we got to a point, and then this is why I said all that to say. Him telling me that he loved me and then showing me as well, I am able to show my kids and say it much more easily because I can understand that it's hard. Yeah. Especially as you're talking about like this man, you know what I mean? And then you got this pride and this ego thing going on, and then you believe that he has this pride and his ego, and which I did though. Like it felt weird to say it back to him when he said it to me. Yeah. You know what I mean? That shit was weird too. Yeah. But him saying it enabled us to just say it like all the time.
It makes it easy for you to do it in your own home.
100%.
So even though you didn't grow up with that same thing, you were still able to pass on that lesson, whether you knew it or not.
Yeah, but the reason I was able to pass that lesson on is I realized what it did to me, and I didn't want to do that to him. That's what got it. Yeah. It's a lot of things in my life that I know that I wasn't privy to, that I should have been, and that my friends had with their parents and stuff like that, that I didn't receive. And I know that I'm the person I am. And I'm talking about the bad stuff. Yeah. Not the good stuff.
And the good stuff too.
But the person that I am is because of lack of certain things. Yeah. But also, like OleHead said, because there was another byproduct of that too, which made me, I think it gave me that drive to be better than because
and it does that. You didn't have. It does that. It does that.
Man.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah. That's why I can. That I know we need to cut this.
We don't. Hey, brother, listen. This is good.
But that is how I can, even now, and not so much now because I got older and I'm ready to set it down. But even as I was coming up, that's why I could work day in and day out by myself with nobody there. I always went to work. That structure, whatever. That is the only thing that I can say that I learned from my parents. No, I ain't gonna say the only thing, but that was one of the things that I learned from my parents is both of my parents was hard workers. My mama went to work an hour early every day. Since I can remember, my mom went to work an hour early every day. She read the entire Charlotte Observer every morning before she punched the clock. And she had a cup of coffee and she used the bathroom because she went to work an hour early every day. And that's the thing. It kind of gets my wife now give me a hard time because I like to leave the house early. So I'm not. I get on this side of town where I work at, where I have to relax. Yeah. I have to get myself ready for the day. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I got a ritual I do every morning. And if I get up late and I have to rush my ritual, I go to work upset.
Yeah, that day's thrown off.
You see, that day's thrown off. And see, she can't understand why you got to leave the house so early. I'm like, this is just what I do. Yeah. I don't want to deal with that traffic in the morning. I don't want to be rushed. I want to do whatever it is. Smoke my black. I ate my breakfast before I left the house. When I was canning my breakfast sandwich with me, it gave me a chance to sit down and eat my sandwich.
Get your mind ready.
Me some, smoke me a black or a cigarette or whatever, and get my day started right. I'm not rushing. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And it does something for me. But I watched my mama do it all my life. And then I watched my daddy work like a dog all his life. And that's why I work the way I work.
Man.
The only thing that I learned pretty much totally on my own was the way I handle money and investing. That stuff. I learned that on my own. But those habits, they came from my parents. You know what I mean? Now, you ain't get no hugs and none of that. But everybody bust their ass on both sides, dad and mom. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's one thing you can say about them fluke boys. This one right here, and
boy work.
Boys work.
Boy work.
Them boys work. Yeah.
Before we move forward, let's just look at a couple of the comments real quick.
We got a couple comments.
Open Jim. He said, I don't think he's an incel. He seems like he's
on the
more
spectrum.
On the spectrum. You could tell by how direct his answers were. For sure. Then we got you could be a girl right now. LMAO. That was when you just said OleHead said that earlier about me.
What?
You said that you could be a girl right now. Then we got Unc say you can show your child that you love them, but I believe that a child needs to hear it from parent from time to time. Absolutely agree.
Definitely.
Especially with the girls too. We were talking about that earlier.
Oh yeah.
The action is not enough. And then now we got growing up with my mother taught me and my siblings that before you hang up the phone with the person or say goodbye to a person, tell them that you love them. Tell them that you love them. It may be the last time you're able to say it to them. Now, 100%. And I think about that too. Like, and it's crazy. And me and my guys, we're gonna move forward, but we're at the age where, you know what I mean, death is becoming like a thing. It's like we're at the age where we're seeing our peers pass and we're seeing our parents, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We got the uncles and all of these different things.
We're seeing ones that's behind us that ain't even our age pass.
100%.
You know what I mean? In the same family circle. So you know, just real quick, like I used to try to do that with the, you know what I mean? Like I was one of them people wouldn't say like goodbye. Would be like, would be like, all right then, see you later. Peace. You know what I mean? Like, cause it was one of them things like when you say goodbye, it's supposed to be final. You know what I mean? I used to walk around with that in the head, and then to be honest with you, like when I used to start to like look at life like that shit used to make me depressed, actually. I used to get depressed about that shit. It used to have me in like a whole, like a mortality thing. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, you ever been stuck in like one of them ruts? Like,
I have.
You know what I mean? It'd be like a couple months, like that's all, you know, and it happens more now that I'm older. Because you see, you know, like it didn't happen to me. Of course, I didn't think about that shit when I was in my 20s. I thought I was fucking indestructible. You know what I'm saying? But like when 30 hit, like, all right, you know, a couple people you went to high school with actually died from natural causes, not unnatural shit like the streets and, you know what I mean? Like that, it's crazy that I have to say it, that you can actually understand that more that a nigga died in the street than all of a sudden, like you barely 28 and you find out that somebody that you went to school with has like, you know, ovarian cancer. And you like, yo, that's supposed to be for like in your brain, you're like, that's for somebody older. Like, and you're like, yo, she a young girl. Just had children and stuff like that. 2-3 kids is, you know what I mean? Before the age of 30 and they leave that behind. You're like, damn, what the fuck? And little moments like that or a car accident from somebody that you loved or you didn't even have to love them. You just knew them. They was in your same circle growing up.
Immortalized.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden you're like, damn, I could die today.
You know something that's you know something
like,
that's also scary. And before we move,
I don't like that shit.
We're gonna get to the damn topic.
Yeah, we're gonna get to the topic.
I will apologize. We're gonna get to the topic, but we're going through this. It feels like it has to happen.
Yeah.
I was at CVS. I think this was during COVID. And I was the runner for the family. Like, you know what I mean? If anybody was like in my mind, and it didn't make any sense, but in my mind, I'm gonna get out here and risk it all.
Oh, during COVID? Yeah. Big up to the runners that went out no matter what.
The ones that, and then you know the crazy thing is like if anybody in my house gonna put their life on the line, it's gonna be me.
Realistically, it probably shouldn't be me.
And then the funny thing is
send the weak one out.
funny things that like, yeah, you're just going out to bring it home to everyone.
You got on some real man shit, like you was going to slaughter an animal.
Right. But I was in CVS, right? And it was this guy, and he was really, really, really close with his mom's, and she passed. And that made him feel as though he didn't really want to have that intimate kind of relationship with anyone ever again. And OleHead talked to me about him passing like so much. There was a period of time where like it would always go, the conversations we would sit around, it would always go back to that. And that's the time where I felt like what you were saying.
Yeah.
And it reminded me of bruh, because it's like getting close to having that relationship with your parents, and the way that it's supposed to happen is that they are supposed to leave before you do. You're supposed to mourn them. That is the way that it was, you know what I mean? The design, if it was ever to go
over
the
the
right
80s, 90s, and you're like, okay, I understand that a little more. I can deal with that, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, man.
Yeah, but you know that I'm gonna be very brief. You know the thing that gets you though? The thing that gets you is when you get to my age and then you realize that you outlived your parents. And your goal is, my point is, your goal, like me, my dad died at 44. My whole shit when I was younger was to make sure that I outlived my dad. You know what I'm saying? And my dad outlived his dad. My dad died. My dad's dad died in his 30s. My dad died in his 40s. And I'm in my 50s. So I think about, that's why I talked to you when I got to that spurt where I was just talking to you about death all the time. And because one, I want you to be prepared. I want you to be done dealt with it in your head, the fact that I'm gonna die. You know what I'm saying? And the thing of it is that my dad was sickly, but my dad's dad died from a spider or a snake bite.
Oh wow, I never knew this.
You know what I'm saying? But then my dad died almost 10 years after his dad died. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just a little over 10 years after my dad. You see what I'm saying?
It fucks with your brain.
Yeah.
It fucks with your brain. When I was
really talking about that, I was about exactly 10 years.
And that's crazy. You could have just said that.
It's not something that's really understood, because I have a very, not exact, but a similar story in a way that it used to make me feel like when I hit the age of 45. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know that my father's, you know, who would have been my grandmother, he passed at 45 years old. My mom, on my mom's side, her dad passed at 45 years old. I had a friend that I grew up next door to, you know, my whole life, you know what I'm saying, who we raised each other, you know what I mean, like we like brothers. His dad passed, his dad was 45 years old.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And then my grandmom used to always be like, yo, you just like your grandpa.
I see.
She's like, if you ain't my husband reincarnated, you know what I mean? She used to say that about my mannerism. I damn sure didn't look like him, because this nigga was 6'6", like he was a tall figure. I didn't get that side, you know what I mean? But then my mom be like, oh, you like, you know what I mean, like my brother and my father and this and that. So I used to, like, when I started hitting in my 30s, I started worrying about it and really thought that, yo, I'm probably not gonna make it past 45. I really did, though. Like,
but you can't talk to nobody about that.
No, like, you just keep it to yourself, because even when you say it sounds crazy, dog. Like, because you have nothing to add on to it. Like, why would that even be real, nigga?
My thing is, you saying that doesn't sound crazy.
Like, I never said this shit.
Your mental was. You telling me why you got to where you are. So, like, just because I don't agree, and this is the thing I think we need to learn. Just because I don't agree doesn't mean I don't understand. I can't understand. You can help me understand your position and how you got there.
Like, I just kept it.
I would have
like
been.
You probably walked around with that in the back of your brain. Like, when I hit this age, I'm about to check out.
Crazy. I wish I would have known that. It would have helped me understand why you talking to me in this way. And see, this is the thing. Like, we gotta. I'm telling, bro, we have to do better at communicating. We as men, and I think I don't say I'm talking about myself too. I'm included in we.
Is a learned behavior.
Right, but if you where you go learn it from, well, you got it, but that's what. So do you just not communicate for the rest of your life?
No, it's like you know what it is.
Now you're gonna tell me, hold up. I was trying to communicate with you, but you didn't want to hear it. You used to tell me, I don't want to talk about that no more.
I don't want to talk about that right now. Like you throwing the mood off. Nigga, we was up here just chilling, and then you want to go into this conversation, which is like, bro.
But you didn't at the same time, just like what happened tonight, we start off one way, but it went left.
No, I get it,
and that's the way that life works sometimes.
And I get it, but what I'm saying, we were having this conversation very often.
Yeah.
At a certain clip, we were having this very often, because like damn near every day.
And that's
that's what I'm saying. During that time, it would have been very good for me to understand that the reason that you feel this way is because of this, and now I can like give it more grace and more understanding of where you coming from, and so now it doesn't. You know what I mean? It's not
but that only happened because of this,
right?
Rell, like that only happens because of what's happening right now.
Understood.
You understand? Because number one, just by me being here offers a buffer. Mm-hmm. It offers a conversation, a lane to go a little differently, right? So you may not be fully receptive at the time when he's trying to say it, but he don't know what he's really trying to say.
And then you cut me
You
off.
Understand? So and hold on. So something like that, and I'm only speaking from like an experience. Like there's certain times in my life where I try to say what I feel, and I see it get either shut down, turned around, or turned off. So then I shut it down totally. You understand? Because you don't know what type of effort inside of me it took for me to even say it. Nor did I know or had the vocabulary to project it that way. You know, because sometimes, like what you're saying is 100% valid. And it's like, yo, if I know how to lead you into the conversation, then you know how to be reciprocal to what the fuck I'm trying to tell you, right?
Understood.
So if
you don't know,
if you don't know, and he don't know how to put it there,
right,
you're going to see something, you're going to shut it down. So there's nothing wrong with what you did, and there's nothing wrong with what you did. You understand what I'm saying? It just takes, and that's how life works sometimes, Rell. It just takes a certain point in time, a certain conversation to say like, yo, oh, I see it now. And you know what? Yo, at every time has its time. You know what I mean? Maybe right now
was just
that was the time for it.
I ain't mad at it.
You know what I'm saying? At least everybody's here to see it happen. That's what I learned to look back on, because I would spend certain time periods in my life being angry, like, yo, well, why the fuck I ain't know this? Or I could have seen it this way before. Had you said it that way before, maybe you didn't know how to.
No, 100%.
Maybe mentally I wasn't receptive to it.
100%.
You know what I mean?
No, you're
so like
right.
that's it just is what the fuck it is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But yo, we still got some people with us here.
Yeah,
all right.
Got some people still
you know what I mean? Like we were supposed to have a totally different subject. You know what I'm saying?
We're getting there.
But we're gonna try
to get back.
We're gonna bring it back to that. We were supposed to be talking about our daughters or young ladies raising modern daughters. You know what I mean? We went a little left, but you know what? Sometimes that's what life does. You know what I mean? So you just answer that, and you know, we see what it brings out. I'm a young man who's raised 3 daughters. You know what I'm saying?
You lied on the young part, but go ahead.
It's always a nigga, right? You know what? That shit right there, I see why you wasn't able to say what you wanted to say.
You got me.
None of that shit right there.
We had to get it in there. It was a moment that was a little, you know what I mean? I had to pep us up a little bit. You know what I mean? Get us right. Go ahead.
Shit was getting deep. Shit was getting heavy.
Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, all right. You know what, nigga? Fuck you, man. Like, I don't. I raised them girls the best I could do. No.
Sounds good.
Sounds good. We are finding ourselves with a little bit of a challenge here as men. I would say something for the ladies, but none of us here are ladies, so they can speak for themselves. They've been speaking for themselves. I've heard enough.
You had the word.
I've heard enough.
Yeah.
This is our time now. You know what I mean? We're just going to speak from you know, male's point of view. as a 50-year-old, you know, man, as he so eloquently categorized, I'm on the other side of. I got more good years behind me than I do in front of me, according to this motherfucker. Like, you remember that shit, dog? Like, yeah,
I'm just pointing out the facts.
Man.
Just pointing out the facts.
That was a little John that sat with me later. I'm like,
you had to borrow that.
I'm like, the shit we talking about, I'm almost dead. Like, I'm like, yo, I made it to 45. They don't even know I'm 50 now. Like, and this nigga just called it out on the joint. Yeah, you ain't get as far as you thought. But either way, we're having some challenging times with our young girls that we're trying to, you know what I mean, that we're trying to raise. Mainly is a lot of us here were brought up on post-traumatic traditional values. PTSD, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because we're taught that with the newer age now, a lot of parenting skills, we're walking around with a lot of trauma that we didn't know that we had. We're hurt because we're told that we're hurt, you know what I mean? And it affected the way that we raised our girls. I know for myself, my 2 OGs, you know what I mean? If they ever see this, they know who they are. They 30 and about to be 30. So they're raised a little differently than I raised my 19-year-old. And I just personally feel like I cannot raise them in the same manner. Number one, I'm a different person than I was when I was in my 20s and I was raising you girls, you know. I didn't have the patience that I do now, by no means. And I actually realized something that as a parent, that I didn't have the fear that I have now as a parent. I didn't have it in my 20s.
Oh yeah. What is it?
I didn't have a fear.
What does this look like? What is this difference look like as it actually reveals itself in real life? What are some of the differences that you can acknowledge? Like, okay, yeah, I'm not doing this with her, and I did this with them. And was there? I understand you said that there was a different level of fear now. You know what I mean? That you're a different person now. So, but like, what are some of these things, and what do these things look like?
Oof. That's
you ain't got to get too deep if you want.
I'm just trying to figure out the right way to you know what I mean, verbalize, you know what I'm saying, like how I feel about it, because like I only ever do this internally.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I don't speak about it to the wife. I don't. It's not that she don't need to know. It's just that I may not know how to project it properly, articulate it properly in a way that, and it's not that you have to agree with me. And I think another fear is I don't want you to have the same fear that I have. You know what I mean? Like, because, and I can only try to like stumble through examples of parenting to try to make my point about it, if that makes sense.
And I think it has something to do with a man's egos that causes that fear of the lack of the ability to translate over to somebody else. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that's got something to do with that as well.
Yeah.
You know,
you might be right. I can't say that you're wrong. You know what I mean? I always tried to be one of those people that don't have an ego. But it sounds good. It sounds good.
You said that they're like, that's it.
But I try to work on it and try to tell myself and try not to project it.
But I will say, like, I think that there's also a place where, and see, in this whole like the demonization of the masculine man, like they've tried to make it sound like pride and ego aren't, until it can be taken over to the side of unproductive. But these things can be very productive. These things can be very progressive and necessary for you as a man, because let's not go too far to act like these traits aren't necessarily okay. The extreme of anything becomes a negative.
You know what I mean? That is true.
The extreme of anything becomes a negative, so that there is a productive, progressive, effective, and beneficial amount of pride and ego.
Yeah. I think some of our struggle with it as males, not to go too far that way, is we have trouble learning that balance. And only because I don't, you know, only because it's like, because somebody's telling us it ain't balanced. And coming from
the opposite sex.
And you know what I mean? So then therefore, it's like,
yeah, no, I can see.
I'm not, all right, I'm not going to go there.
Yeah,
but you see
about,
where,
we can talk
okay.
about the girls.
Yeah, damn it, you know what I'm saying? But hey, this shit is not easy, dog. No, this shit 100%. Is not easy. But my fears, of course, I would think that any parent, if you have a child, boy or girl, but we're really focusing on the girls right now, you know. But there is that basic parental. You want to protect,
100%.
You know what I'm saying? You want to protect. And I think I figured it out along the way, of course. So therefore, if you get the opportunity to get older and stuff like that, then you actually should be more patient. You know what I'm saying? Because I have to understand the level that my 19-year-old, the level of influence that is in front of her is not the same level of influence that is in front of my 30-year-old at the capacity of their mindset.
Right.
Which is the same shit. For who y'all are today, that view today, yeah, you can read the same meme and this and that, and we pull up the funny shit or whatever, and be desensitized to this, that, and the third. But that same shit hits you differently at 30 than it does at 15, 16, 17, 18, 13, or whenever you hand the kid the phone, you opened up the world to him. And I did not know that when I first gave my what I call my OGs. I didn't know that when I handed him that phone, like what the fuck I was really giving to them.
Yeah, and then also back then when you were giving them the phone,
it didn't have that capability yet.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? Like we had to make up text messages where you had to put a 3 with a
a John 3 2 times. Dash 9,
this shit meant boobies
4 times. Yeah.
Now you can really see the boobies. You know what I'm saying? Like. So the level of influence of my parenting, like what I'm up against today as the father of a girl was not what the fuck I was up against just 10, 15 years ago.
Quick question. Do you believe that you would have been more equipped to deal with the younger one when you were younger versus you being older? And I say this to say like when you were younger, I'm assuming that you're probably a lot more strict.
Yeah,
probably a lot more, you know what I mean? And then and controlling and the thing you're doing the thing differently. And I'm assuming also, and tell me if I'm wrong, like over time you become more older in age, you find them getting more relaxed and more to like let things go. And with the social media and the space as it exists now, it's like
you know what? I know where you're going, but I don't know, because that means that I would have been different too. Because of what influenced me. You know what I'm saying? Like I would have had more things in, because like I'm soon after him. So like the same shit, like, you know, when you coming from a certain time period where like something, or your parents have you do some shit, like there was no outlet outside of your initial circle of kids. Like, oh yeah, your mom said that too. Yeah, it is. So okay, you got one little nigga that sides with you. These motherfuckers can go on the phone and find 1,000.
More than 1,000, yeah. On any lane, whatever.
On any lane,
whatever you
do
believe.
any culture, like so I don't even know if I would have even been the same 20-year-old if I would have had all of that. You know, but that would make me different as a parent. So I can't. I'm trying to do what you're saying, but I don't think I could do what you're saying.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? Like I don't, because everything would be different. You know what I'm saying? Like everything would be different. So, but I just feel like what I'm up against now is, I personally feel like my fear level has risen because number one, I'm actually exposed to more shit than I want to be. We was just talking about it earlier with that young boy that's when they found the body parts in the trunk.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, okay, that's a young artist. He making music, this, that, and the third. Not to go too far in his story, but the body parts they found was a 15-year-old girl.
Yeah, said that she was using fake IDs, and he thought that she was 19.
Yeah, she was in love or whatever, and he was in love, and they were, you know, Romeo and Juliet and hood style, whatever the fuck it was. That could have been one of mine in the trunk. That could have been mine on the blue line at 19 years old when a dude decides to, and just, you know, and my little daughter trying to go to work.
Yeah.
And he going through an episode and decide to stab because of how she smell, or you don't know what triggers the nigga behind you. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, were those crazy things happening even when I was growing up?
Absolutely.
Yes. But because we weren't exposed to it so much on a daily basis, it didn't instill a level of fear that we have today. Because now you have a level of fear for your, if you love your kid or you're in a life like that, where you're more like, yo, how do I even let this motherfucker leave the house?
Yeah.
Our level of vulnerability, you know, like you, me, you probably too. You come home when the street lights on, be on the porch, this and that. Nigga, I was going all day.
That no more. We ain't doing that no more.
I was in different cities. I was hopping on buses going from Philadelphia to New York and still showing up by the end of the day, walking in like I ain't been nowhere. If my kid hopped on a joint and let what?
Catching the city bus across town, like
no, I will drive you.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's
just there's a fear that's in me that one, and especially, and you know what, to be honest with you too, like another thing that did it was that whole COVID shit. My kids, my teens, our teens that went through that, they dealt with something that we never dealt with. We didn't know what it meant to see the world locked down.
Shut down is crazy.
Shut
that's
down.
True. That's true. We ain't never see that.
We ain't never seen that shit.
Never seen that. No.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that was like some Armageddon shit.
That felt like, and you know what I mean? And to see like, yo, how does that, you know, at the time, you know, she's what, 13, 14. My son's 11, 12. You know what I mean? At the same time, just being diagnosed with type 1, like these, yo, fear of death was boom in them kids. Quick.
Yeah.
It got in them
People
kids.
was dropping like flies.
And it scared the fuck out of them. And they didn't know how to tell me that they scared. I don't know how to parent that fear.
Yeah.
Because I got to go to the fucking store.
And it's new to you as well.
It's new to me too. Like, I don't know. Am I immune? You know, just I ended up getting COVID and found out that, yo, I was immune to the shit.
No, you was on your last leg.
I was, but you know what?
I'm talking about I was immune to it. I know.
I did. That's a little joke for at home. She know that the nigga was just a little stronger than, you know what I mean? I ain't gonna tell. I'll tell my COVID story another day. I was on bended knee.
Fucked up.
Call it Jesus, boy.
Jesus?
Yeah. Jesus.
Stupid.
Jesus. But yeah, the fear of raising a modern daughter, it is real. Can I sit here and say I got some magical things for you to say, hey, just do this? Nope, I don't. All I can tell you is stay engaged. And I'm doing something different than, I mean, what was done for, like, in my house, open communication was a lot. There was a lot of open communication. Like you said, there's a lot of bugs and this and that. They didn't champion every fucking thing that you did, though. You understand what I'm saying? It wasn't that your mistake would be called out. It would be heightened. I did get my ass whooped. Healthy. Yeah. I don't call it abuse or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying?
Spoil the child.
But at the same time, where I did get fortunate, and the same thing I did with my own kids. When I whooped their ass for whatever the fuck was going on, I always went to them afterwards. Not right after. I let it stew with them a little bit. Let it marinate with them a little bit. But I did go to my kids later and let them know, like, yo, I still love you. You know what I'm saying? This happened because of this, you know, whatever it was at the time. And I wanted to make sure that when I knew as a kid, when a kid lays down at night on their bed and they really feel like at that point, like the parents, because they put a parent here. So a kid will always feel like there's just them and this alone thing. It's only me. You know what I'm saying? I know it because I felt it. You know what I'm saying? So because I felt that shit, I wanted to make sure that my kid knew that even though I walked out of this room, you're not alone. Just because I disciplined you, you still not alone. I'm still with you. I'm still going to guide you, because there's going to become a certain point in time in our life where I'm not just your parent no more. On paper, I'm always your parent. This, that, and the third. At some point in time, I'm going to take a back seat to whatever you choose to do in your life. I'm not going to be at your forefront no more. But I want you to know that you can still exist off the values that I gave you, and that you can still move forward in life. That, yo, even though dad's gone now, he gave me everything that he could. He told me everything about the stories.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying?
Talking about at an age where they're like,
nigga, I started talking to my kids at 8, 9, 10 years old like this.
8, 9, 10 years old, saying that, like talking to them as if
like they were. I talked to my kids like they were adults.
No, okay, I understand that. Like I ain't, talking about. Like,
yeah.
Are you saying you were talking to your kids also as if you weren't just the parent? That's what I'm saying. There was a duality that you.
Yeah, because I had to let them know that even though I whooped your ass, or even though whatever went on at the time, I was you. I felt you, and guess what? I still feel you right now. Because I see you hurting. Even though I did this to you, actually, I didn't do this to you. Your action did this to you. I'm the result of your action. I am your consequence in life. I am also the person next to you that's going to help guide you as well. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how I try to view my parenting. So therefore, I try to mold that different. Like, okay, my daughters today are up against something different than the other two was. You know what I mean? The basics are there. The boyfriend, the liking of the girls.
So what do you think?
You know what I'm saying?
That they're up against different, like outside, like specifically to the girls, because we're talking about, you know what I mean,
our
raising
girls,
modern daughters. Okay, so what do you think that what is the difference between your 30-year-olds that your 19-year-old you feel like she's up against differently?
A lot of it is their level of influence. And to be honest, and this is probably going to be like an unpopular thing, but it was something that I had to learn to get beyond with. And I don't even know how to categorize it the proper way, but there's a lot of gayness going on.
Yeah,
and
that's what I was trying to get out.
I may not be saying it the right way, and may offend this, but understand I come from a certain period.
I mean, the intent
where
is not, you even got to go there. The intent is not to make you feel away.
It's not to make you feel away, but if you feel away, you're going to feel away because
it just is what it is.
It is what it is. Understand where I come from. So that was the thing that I had to learn it, because when I was in my 20s, like my older daughters, I had a friend or two that was, that I recognized early, like, oh, okay, well, I don't want you talking with her, because I didn't want that level of influence, because I want you to be a wife to a male. I want you to have children. I want you to have the family structure that I built is what I want you to go out and seek. And I know, just biologically, if y'all out there scissoring, you ain't going to make this work in the same fashion. It's not going to work.
Now you just jumped off. Go ahead.
You know what? I done said a lot. I said, hey, you got some daughters. I'm gonna hand this to you.
What do you think? I got it.
Yeah,
what do you think
my
is
bad,
the difference
dog.
between, like, because you actually don't have any younger daughters. All your
How
daughters are grown.
Yeah, how old's your daughter?
Your daughter
35.
Okay. Because I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. So your oldest daughter is only one daughter, or
I got two.
You got two. So 35 and
2 daughters, 3 sons.
35 and
Jasmine is 30 what?
So they in their 30s.
That's not you do.
So they grown.
Jessica is
they grown.
older than Jasmine.
Right.
Okay. So
Jasmine she might be May 34, 35. Jasmine is 34, 35.
And Jessica is like,
shit, I don't know.
35, 36.
Hell no. Jessica's old. Jessica's is got to be at least 37, 38.
Okay, so yeah. That's right. Cause Maurice is with Bob.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So yeah. Jasmine, yeah, okay. Yeah.
So essentially, what do you
think?
What do you think? And I guess this maybe you don't have a younger daughter to really
say
this, but you've been around kids, the female, like the younger females that are around this school age, what do you think are some differences in like what they're facing versus what the women at your age, like what the women that are your age had to face? Other than we understand social media, but
the to me, the biggest thing is that this LGBT thing, they're incorporating it into our kids' lives when our kids shouldn't have to deal with that. They should concentrate on their studies and on their homework and stuff like that. But quite naturally, I know that they're gonna be just like we were. They're gonna deal with boys. But to be in school and the girls can go in the bathroom with the boys. Well, no, the boys can go in the bathroom with the girls.
I don't think that there's a place that's like a thing.
Where?
Like that, I don't think that we're seeing kids in school like. Maybe I'm not saying that it doesn't exist, but I'm saying in majority, you don't know anybody. It's not happening here. You know, that ain't something that's happening.
They do not stop them gay boys from going in the bathroom with them. I listen to the kids talk. They don't stop them. They don't want that. They don't want that. They don't want that conflict in the schools. Because now you discriminating and all this kind of stuff and identification of.
It's possible. I don't know. I'm not in the schools,
bro. They got like you say, the movies out. The cartoons are teaching our kids.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So that right there, we didn't have to deal with that.
I'll tell you this. I went to the Gabby's Dollhouse movie. Gabby's Dollhouse is the new Joan. Well, it ain't new. My daughter been rocking with Gabby Dollhouse for a minute. Okay. Went to the movie, and in the beginning, there was a little girl, right? I thought that it was like, you know what I mean? You know, I done seen a couple of the movies. Me and we go to the movies, and then there's some stuff in there, and I'm like, bro, y'all could have left that part out. My kid, but my daughter, she's very. If she would have gotten something out of that thing that they just did, she would have asked me about it. She didn't ask me about it, so I'm thinking it's kind of going over her head. But some of that stuff lands. You know what I mean? Yeah, this time. Some of that stuff lands. So like I'm paying attention to that. And so when I went to go see Gabby's Dollhouse, just yesterday, actually, me and my daughter went. And it started out, I thought that this might have been a little boy. So I broke out my Google. I had to, because now this thing I was already expecting. It's probably gonna happen. But what I will say is respect to them. That was based on Google said that was a little girl. Oh, so it was a little girl, and we appreciate the cartoons and the movies that aren't doing this thing, because I understand if you look it up, like in order to be considered for certain awards and things for movies, you have to include certain things, and so that's why we're seeing it. It's a part of the whole structure that they've created in order to get these accolades, you know what I mean, for your career to progress and all that stuff. So they're putting it in everything. They're putting it in everything. That DEI. But other than that, what are some other pressures? Because I'd say there are I think we're hearing more of the I don't want to have any kids thing. That's another thing that's coming up. That wasn't something that I heard growing up. You know what I mean? Growing up, every woman wanted to have their kids. You know what I mean? If you couldn't have kids, then you know what I mean? That was something that you know what I mean? There was still a thing that women had to deal with. You know what I mean? I'm not taking it's not a shun to women that doesn't have kids or like a, you know what I mean? But it's just
they're making it cool now.
The thing
they're making it cool now. The girls can be with the girls. They can kiss each other in the hallway in front of everybody.
Which I mean, I think that was also a thing when I was in high school.
Yeah, but it was like,
girls kissing girls.
Yeah, it was.
But it was more like what they used to call like it was taboo. You know what I'm saying? Like we looked at it like, ooh, not even. It just was like it was at like, yo, that's the other side over there. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I had like this air of mystique to it. Yeah. Ain't no mystique there no more.
Yeah, I think that
I don't think everything should be uncovered.
No.
Because you become overstimulated and desensitized to certain shit. Like in one sense, it's so normal. So in one sense, I see like, okay, by doing all these different things, it does bring a certain awareness of certain, just because I do this doesn't mean I ain't a human being and don't have
100%.
feelings. And we had to come out of that because our generation had to learn of that. You're not allowed to project your feelings. You have to keep it in line right there. So there's things that we do learn, but then it just feels like, how do you teach your younger, like how old's your youngest?
3.
I mean, I'm sorry, the girl.
Oh, she's 5.
5. So you in a different position than
100%.
what I'm even in.
100%.
You know what I mean? Like you sitting here, you seeing, like you hearing the fear come from me. You see what's going on. So it's like, damn, would I even have one? Knowing what the hell that they're gonna be up against coming out here?
Yeah, no. So something, man. I honestly believe that
like that's.
I think that like one thing I'll say with the father that father daughter relationship is something that is like
that shit is dope.
That it's like, bro,
there ain't when you
got it is different, bro.
Yeah.
Like that right there, and even I won't even I don't think it's just a father and daughter. I think that also like with my son being autistic, he doesn't have those same social you know what I mean? But he kissed me on the lips earlier today. You know what I mean? That was the first I was like, fat. Yeah, I just got one. That's another one. I got another one. Yeah, so like him being autistic, he doesn't have the same social, you know what I mean? His social construct or you know what I mean? But the thing is that I know that when for him to kiss you, he mean the shit out of it.
Yeah, it's raw.
He mean the shit out of it because he don't even really like deal, you know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, so like, but anyways, with Nana, I almost couldn't see it. I would have to actually see some statistics, which I don't necessarily believe a lot of statistics I read for them to be actually. I believe in facts, right? But like I think that correlation doesn't mean causation, and so we can deal in a statistic. Yeah, okay. But we can deal in a statistic, and it just so happens that these things are common amongst these people. But then there's probably something that dictates the actual reason behind, and so I think it's a little late. So I would want to see like how often it is where a daughter or son grows up with the male and female in their house, a mom and dad specifically, husband and wife in their household, where they veer off in that same way. And they're present. I ain't talking about the basketball player Dwayne Wade that's always on the road doing the thing. I'm talking about somebody that's coming home every day.
And you know what? It happens. It happens all the time.
But I don't think it happens at the clip in which I don't think that it's impossible, but I don't think that it's happening at the same clip as the other side.
No, because you know what? It won't. The internet, it won't give it to us because that's not where the story's at.
Oh, of course.
Because you know what? When you got the ones like I had to learn how to become accepting of the possibility of.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
You understand? Like,
how was that?
It was something different. It was something different because, like, I didn't have to learn, or I didn't feel like I had to learn that, like, with my OGs, you know what I'm saying? When I was just like, no, absolutely not. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want that level of influence. I didn't want this. I didn't want that. You know what I'm saying? And then I had to realize, like, it took a long time. Like, yo, you don't know where that hurt came from over there or what that other person is going through. And some of my older kids helped teach me that without them knowing they was teaching it to me. You know what I'm saying? Because at first I fought against it like a lot, where it's like, nah, y'all, I went through the same error to change. Y'all niggas just soft, you know, this and that, you know, and all this other shit. And then realize that as I started looking around and I started seeing more and more, you know, these young people, they taking their own lives.
100%.
That really started to get to me. Like, yo, it's Marquette, you said you didn't like bullying in school. You almost like a bully right now because you want to put this wall up and you don't want to see the other side. You know what I mean? Then it started to be like, okay, I still got the wall up. I see, but just don't let it come over here. And I started doing that shit. And then it was just like, yo, but what if it is over there? Then what are you going to do? You're going to, you know, because my wife helped teach me some of that. Oh, so you're not going to love them? Because I'm like, I'm still love, you know, this and that. But I ain't going to like it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because we just weren't, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We just were not raised that way. So it took a very long time. Like, nigga, it took me like 15, 20 years at least to even be where I'm at today, where I'm like more like, hey, man, you do what you do. I got love for you. I don't think no harm should come to you
100%.
at all. And you know what? All I ever wanted for my kids growing up was that, because for us, everything was always about race. It really wasn't about like sex and, you know what I mean? Like that.
Yeah.
It was always about race.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, is he going to marry a Puerto Rican girl? Is it, you know, is he going to marry a white girl? Is she going to be with a white boy? Is she going to marry a dark nigga? Like, you know what I mean? It was always that shit. You know what I'm saying? So like the whole thing about the sexuality part was like, that's a no brainer. And then it started getting to a part where it was like, yo, you know, the other is a possibility as well. Yeah. And it's real. You know why? Because you know what? And not all, but hey, some of these females, they tired of nigga shit.
Shit, all. What do you mean?
They
pretty much all.
No, but like I feel like,
oh, you talking about tired enough to go and do the other thing?
Yeah, like
okay.
Fear has sent him, because like, and I know that like this is a little off, but like my daughters, my OGs, they had the one friend back in the day. She liked to dress like the boy and do all, you know what I mean? Was on some real boy stuff. So I was like, oh, some tomboy shit and this and that. And it's like, nah, you know, this is like junior high school. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, nah, she on the other team. I'm like, okay, kind of seen that. But so I was coming through this period in my life as a man where I was trying at first, like, yo, I let go of, yo, no, I don't want you with them. And I let that part go. At first I was like that. And then it was like, you know what? I wanted my kid to think through this. So I was like, why are they the way that they are? Like what made her, you know what I mean? Like you talk to her. What's her opinion? What's her stance on it for her being the way that she is? Like, you know, back in the day, you could see a golf kid dressing all black, wearing this and that. And that's because they like that style of whatever. The music, the atmosphere, or whatever made him that way.
There's a reasoning behind that.
There's a reasoning behind it. So I always felt like, well, there must be a reasoning behind that too. Like, you're female, but you dress like a boy. I don't have nobody in my life that I can actually ask it to see like what is the correlation. So I'm asking you because that's your friend now. That's actually she actually has more of an influence on you than I'm having on you right now. Because I see the pushback coming in my house, right? So what happened? What's the story behind it? You know? And she shared this person's story. And it may be a story that is amongst a lot, but there's a certain violation that was done to this individual. And therefore, because it was done as a male, done from a male, they don't want male
to touch him
touch them. So then they perceive themselves more as a male in a more masculine sense. So like psychologically, I sat there, I started thinking about it like, damn. Now I know not every story is like that. I get that.
Yeah.
But it made me start thinking like, yo, well, why do we start to become what we despise? Why do we want to become what victimized us or what hurt us? Like
it's the power.
Is there a certain empowerment that came along with that?
At least I'm not trying to answer the question.
No. I'm just trying to tell you, like, this is what I was thinking at the time.
Yeah.
I was trying to understand, because I realized that I was raised with just like, nah, not at all. I don't want that influence. And I was like, well, you know what? Outside of just because of the way you dress doesn't mean that there's something fucking wrong with you. So now I'm looking at it like, yo, now I'm the bad guy.
Yeah.
Now I'm not open to, you know what I'm saying? So you have to start, you start changing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, no, and I think that there was some additional layers that we can, I think that there's a lot of people that this is the new norm that we're seeing, and it's conversations that we're going to have to continue to have with our children. I think that at this point, if anything, if there's nothing else that you can learn from all of this different stuff happening, the political, the left and the right, and the the Christian and the all of these is becoming. We've lived long enough to see things kind of resurge within our spaces socially. I think that we understand that. Well, we should understand that we need to be talking to our kids.
Yeah,
we need to be talking to our kids.
You need to find out what the hell they think.
But I think that also there's many more. And when we talked about that LGBT side of the thing quite a bit, but I think that there's many more things that we can see rearing their heads socially. And maybe we feel that these things only exist on the internet, because I think that that's also a thing that we have to understand, is that and teach our kids that the stuff on your phone, and as far as these ideas of like this, you can find. It's not that you don't have a tribe on the internet that is a real that is a tribe.
Yeah,
it's that the information that is being flooded with the internet is fake. It's an alternative universe to where I can project my best self, and you know what I mean. And these things, these aren't actual. Most people be capping. It's like getting on Xbox Live and hearing the young boy call you the nigger, and then it's like, bro, you actually hold on. I may have
you got something.
Hopefully, I meant to send in one. It may not have made it. Hold on. Actually, let's break. No. Okay, it didn't make it. I didn't get it in.
You didn't get it in?
Yeah, I didn't get it in.
It's all good.
Then we said, Uncle said, people need to understand that just because someone disagrees with what you're doing does not mean that they do not love you and need to understand that. Yeah, no, I absolutely agree. Just because, we should be able to have a conversation about a thing.
Yeah.
And so, like, where I was going was that we looked at the way relationships are. And I think that, like, one of the tougher things is I'm not looking forward to my daughter growing up. I love this 5-year-old. I think this 5-year-old set is like a fire set. They say like the terrible twos, and they got one for the threes too. What is it? Something with the threes. They got the terrible twos and something with the threes, but like Nana's at that 5, and it's like one of them joints where I can, because I've been talking to her like an adult the entire time. I don't like shorten or like use a different vocabulary or any of that stuff. I just speak the way I speak, and so like I can have a back and forth with her. You know what I mean? She understands what I'm saying, and she understands like if it comes to a disciplinary or physical discipline, she understands that you're about to get it because I've already had a conversation with you where you thoroughly understand that like these are my expectations.
Yeah,
this is what causes physical. You know what I mean? Discipline. And you already know it's coming. So I'll ask you, do you believe that you should get a whooping for this? And of course she's going to say no, but then it's like, but didn't I already tell you that this is what the consequence of this is? Yes, Daddy. Okay, so if I don't do what I told you I was going to do, then I'm not telling the truth.
Crush you.
Then I'm not telling the truth. So we understand that this has to happen because you did the thing. You know what I mean? And so she understands that. She gets, you know what I mean? We haven't understand it, but that's the way I'm attempting to have this understanding. But then as they grow older, I think that it becomes a lot more difficult. And when we start talking about dating, and like because as a matter of fact, that was a young boy that asked my daughter to be her his girlfriend in the damn pre-K.
Yeah, in the pre.
And then the thing about it, see, this is the fucked up part, right? So this is now she comes home and tells me about this young boy. She comes and tells me about this young boy. Young boy is in the goddamn pre-K causing havoc.
Yeah.
Bro is with the shit.
A trailblazer.
For
That's
sure.
what we call it.
He's definitely blazing trails for a fact. And he's like one of the worst ones in the class.
Yeah, it sounds like a winner to me, Jimmy.
And I'm sitting there like, bro,
it sounds like a winner.
I'm doing something wrong. My daughter already attracting Tyrone. She already attracting Tyrone. And so
let you know that you're raising something that he views her. That's safe.
No, but see,
there.
aside from that, and so we were supposed to be able to go a couple different ways on this pause. Okay, so this is the question: at what point do you take your daughter's boyfriend serious?
Ooh.
At what age do you feel like, okay, now it's time?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Or matter of fact, beyond the boyfriend, at what age do you actually have the conversation, birds and bees? Do you feel like out of all of the years you've been doing the thing, OleHead, we know there was a time period where things got rocky. You know what I mean? And you had to step in and do a thing.
With your daughters about it? Like, I know they're in their 30s now, of course, but like when they was like teenagers, or you ain't never really like talk to them about men, or
the first two kids I wasn't allowed to be in their life because I wasn't in their mother's life. You know, their mother took that stance. You know, because you know. But as far as my second two kids would be Jeremy and Jasmine. Yeah, as far as my second two kids, that would be Jeremy and Jasmine. And I didn't have a lot of interaction with Jasmine as far as boys and stuff like that go, because that was during that time that I was only there if their mom called me and said she needed some money, or it was some, you know, to make it to somebody's birthday, or, you know, some things like that. I wasn't there to talk to her about boys. By the time I came there, she was already wilding on the boys.
Yeah.
What are some things that you might have, if you could have had the or if you would have taken the opportunity to do so? What were some things that, like, let's say in the teenage area, what are some things that you think
it's too late? It's too late.
You think so?
Yeah, it's too late.
Teenage, so like, you know, it's 13.
It's too late.
Oh, you saying that these things have to be instilled?
Late.
Okay, so at what point would you introduce the conversation?
Yeah,
if you could do it over.
I think that conversation should be had around the 5th grade.
5th grade, what's that? I'm assuming that's like,
8, 9, 10.
No, I think the 5th grade, because I think when I went in the 6th grade, it's like, it may be around there. I think it's like 10, 11.
Yeah, like right when they're about to, as soon as they hit double digits.
That's about right.
Okay.
That's about right.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what would you have told her at 10, 11? What would you have told her about?
To be perfectly honest, I don't know.
Yeah.
I would have been honest with her though. I know.
Like
I would have told her. I would have wanted to be perfectly honest with her, but I couldn't be, because number one, she's at a very impressionable point in her life, and I wouldn't want her to have a derogatory, negative attitude conversation about my position as a man.
Yeah.
So, but I would let her understand that I've been living long enough to know that these are the things that boys do, because all they want to do is get
like
you.
What?
They want to feel on you and touch you, and they want to do sexual things with you. And
that's crazy. Like,
I would have told her the truth.
Yeah.
Because see, this is the thing, OleHead. You got to understand. At 6 years old, they already talking about it. I mean, in 6th grade, I'm sorry.
6th grade.
Oh, yeah. See, that's what I was about to say. Like,
but you know what, though? It's viewed differently, though, with men and women. Like, sometimes I remember way back, like, women will be like, oh, it's cute that he likes, you know what I mean? Like, little joy. And dad's standing there like, nah, that shit ain't cute.
Oh, that's out.
You know what I mean? But then, so, like, imagine what that feels like to the little girl. But, like, mom's like, oh, I think it's cute that Jeremy likes, you know what I mean? And dad's is like, oh, nigga, hell
we gotta be on the same page, bro.
No,
I think
nigga,
was like 2 or 3. Me and Susie went. Me and Fat went somewhere, and we was getting on the elevator. It was a lady and a little boy getting off the elevator, and she, of course, like, people always want to talk about Nana in her hair or something about her, and she was literally trying to do like a little, like, putting them together thing. I'm like,
so
bro,
cute if they,
what are we doing, bro? Like, she's literally 2 years old. Like you too grown to be sitting here looking at kids in this. What? See,
what
that's
is
what
cute. I never found that.
That's why you need.
Thing.
We
Like,
gotta
that shit
be
was
around,
never cute
bro.
to me, man.
We gotta be around. We gotta be in the, do everything we can.
But then if you as a dad now you the asshole because you know what I mean.
I'm
Then
aware,
then they look at it like, oh, they just kids.
Yeah, no, but see, that's the problem. They just kids.
It's the impression that you just put into that little girl and boy's mind.
100%. And you're not even in their mind. It's in your mind. What
in
you
your
just
mind.
came up with.
But you don't know what the fuck that just did to him that moment.
Yeah,
because the kid is seeing from one side, they're seeing acceptance, and the other side, they're seeing non-acceptance.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that really starts, like, those moments, they shape how kids think. Yeah. You know what I mean? They really do. Like, we didn't maybe put a whole lot of stock into it, but that shit does. I'm like, nigga, I'm sitting all the way out on that.
I'm sitting all the way out. I'm not really into the whole boyfriend. I told Nana, and I was listening to I can't remember my guy's name. What's the guy with the bald head? He did some UFC stuff. Him and his brother got locked up overseas.
Oh, the Tate brothers.
Yeah. Andrew Tate. He was telling his daughter. He told his daughter that you once you have a boyfriend, that means he's taking over my responsibility for you.
Oh yeah.
You know what? He does have a point to that. Even though I personally I don't like Andrew Tate. I don't like. I used to find certain shit. You know what I mean? Like, okay, I feel you.
He was a manhood.
No. This had nothing to do with that.
What was it?
This? I heard him say a lot of racial shit that I ain't sit with.
Oh, I haven't heard.
Nah. I heard. But see, now I'm like, was it AI? Like, I don't even know if it was real.
Yeah, maybe.
You know what I mean?
I've never heard him say anything like that.
Nah, I heard it. I don't know. I'll send you some shit.
Okay.
But before that, nah, nigga, ain't no. I'm talking my man here. That shit's not gonna happen, though.
So I thought that you would be, you see how Kevin Samuels was giving dudes hell.
Oh no!
Before you start doing the talking to the women, you ain't see how Kevin Samuels was giving dudes hell.
Oh yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, I was a fan of Kevin Samuels.
Okay.
Yeah, I was definitely a fan of his viewpoints and stuff like that. You know what I mean? I was a fan of Fresh and Fit. You know what I mean? Like
with the Fresh and Fit.
You know what I mean? Not every motherfucking thing, but yeah,
At some point, I'm just talking to airheads. Like that's
listen,
the same thing as like going to the college.
I'm always going to be a fan of a man being a goddamn man.
No, I 100% believe that. But
that's it in the bottom line.
But what I'm saying is that if you're going to, and we're gonna close that.
Yeah.
But if you're going to intentionally talk to people that you know that you have a superior intellect, and you're purposefully putting these people in front to prove that you are smart. Yeah. It's like, bro, that's bullshit. That's like going to like, and at the end of the day, I don't have no, like, it's not a big fight for me, but I don't understand why grown people want to go to colleges and debate people in college. These people haven't even lived long enough.
These show, they got that wisdom, that experience.
Yeah, they're always trying to get the upper hand to show themselves, have the upper hand to make them feel better. It's like,
but you know what? I know it's a different subject, but I think that's good for the young people because they need to go up against that. Because these young people are coming through. They had the passion. They had these views. They don't know that, oh, I already lived through that. I had that same passion. I had that same view.
Yeah.
I see how that worked out. You know what I'm saying?
I think that
I think it's still good. They should do that shit. Young lion always got to take on the old lion at some point in time. Doesn't mean he's going to beat him. Yeah. But he still should challenge him. Yeah. You know what I mean? Should still challenge him. But
I don't completely this. Go ahead.
But we'll do that on a different day.
OleHead has.
But we got some shit. You got something to drink over there?
Yeah, all right. That bucket. That bucket calling.
Mm-hmm. All right. I'm not doing
it's the bucket night. Coughing and sneezing at the same time.
Oh,
you ever cough and sneeze at the exact same time and it make you fart?
Yeah. Well, not the fart part, but
that's
I did do a cough sneeze on, and at this stage in life, you feel like it might be over.
What did we really talk
about? All right, nigga.
See what you got.
I know you had something for the people to take us out tonight. We had a little meme here from OleHead wanted us to check out, right? OleHead says, so what we talking about?
Nigga, is it this one?
Hold on, man. He's getting it together. Chill.
Oh, yeah, he was over there. I forgot.
A damn minute, dog. You know what I'm saying? See how these young folks are?
The bucket was.
I got you.
See, you said I'm independent. By being a wife, by definition, that
I
means
did
you
all
are.
that wifey shit before. I'm just...
Okay, be quiet for 2 seconds. You need to listen because you have a very hard head, and it's very obvious that you've dealt with retards, and no one's told you that you're not as smart as you think that you are. Let me be very clear about this. The first thing that you put out there was saying I'm independent. That is fundamentally anti to being a wife. By being a wife, by definition, that means you are dependent. So if you want to be a wife and find a guy, you need to shut the fuck up and be dependent. Being independent will keep you independent and perpetuate. You gotta pick one. I'm telling you this as a guy that's a higher earner. We don't want bitches that talk back to us. Multi-millionaire, I'm gonna tell you, all of us think this way. We don't want women that talk back to us, that tell us I'm independent. None of this bullshit. Because I could go get a girl that's 21 that's gonna shut the fuck up when I tell her to. And she could put the prize in the bag and she don't gotta do it no more.
I'm gonna shock y'all with what I'm about to say.
We don't care about independent women.
He doesn't have to be a millionaire to feel that way either.
Exactly.
I learned with time that when I started to respect myself more and prioritize the women that just get it, it's way to mold a woman into being the one that I'm looking for. Why do I have the time for that? Why don't I just deal with somebody who just gets it? One of the things that should be on your resume is the ability for you to be teachable.
And here's the other thing too, I will say, ladies. All men feel this way, whether they make $50,000, $100,000, $200,000, it doesn't matter. Their ability to be honest about it is contingent on how much money they make. So once he makes 50K, he can't really tell you to shut the hell up because he needs you to make money and work with him. 100K, hey, you know what? Cut the hours back, chill out. 200K, 300K, that's when he starts telling you shut the fuck up. Over that, he's not even gonna tell you shut up no more. He's gonna go get another girl. I think women need to understand that a man's honesty, a lot of times with what he wants, is contingent upon his income and his status. And the more status income he has, the less he's gonna talk to you. I'm telling you guys now, you want a guy that makes a certain amount of money, he's gonna expect something in return. Your guy that wants 80K per year, that's gonna be a guy that's higher earner, that's probably gonna make more than that in the future. He'll listen to your back talk for a year, 2 years, 3 years. At some point, he's like, man, fuck this shit, bro. He's gonna get rid of you. That back talk shit is not hot.
7 years?
Men hate it.
If you don't get this, 10, 15 years from now, you're going to be talking about the man you're going to be sharing. Okay? Yeah. Because that's what's next on the list. If you think, oh, that'll never be normal in America. Oh, we didn't think OnlyFans was going to be normal. Now it is. In the future, unless you're planning on being single in perpetuity or dating women, if you don't get this lesson now while you still have the youth on your side, a lot of women would rather stay alone than end up with a guy that they really didn't want.
She's laughing, but he's dead ass.
10 years from now, marriage won't be on the table, is what I'm basically saying for most of y'all.
That's why you guys are super conceited like you. You guys are so conceited. Millionaire and you're big.
I had to earn this. Hold on, stop for 2 seconds. You don't care? I had to earn this ability to be conceited. I had to earn this confidence. Yeah. Competence leads to accomplishments, which leads to confidence. It's different. Women, you guys are born with your confidence because you guys, make up titties, whatever. Men, we have to fight for our confidence. We have to fight for our ability to be accomplished. And once we do get the title, people say, damn, other guys want to be like us, other women want to be with us. So yes, I am going to be conceited because we have to earn that. Women don't earn their conceitedness. You're 22, you haven't done anything, but you're very conceited, right?
What was the point of feminism if we didn't have to earn our conceitedness?
Women never had to earn their conceitedness. I would argue female conceitedness is a problem. It's a big reason why you guys don't perpetually can never stay happy with a guy because you guys think you're worth more than you really are. But the reality is there's a lot of women like you. That's the problem. You guys don't see that. You all want a 1% guy, but you guys are all 99 percentile chicks. Yeah. See, you said I'm independent. By being a wife, by definition, that means
I did all that wifey shit before.
I'm started over.
Yeah.
That was not the part that I wanted to get out. The other video that's just like that is the second half of this.
Okay.
I sent that one before I sent the other one, which was the one that I sent it by mistake, which was the other half of this, which was the part where they was talking about.
So we Xing out this one. We ain't gonna talk about this one. We can.
No, you might as well. Like we here now.
I'm saying we probably use the next one if you want to still stand on that. We can use the next one for next time.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
Okay.
But yeah, we can have a conversation about.
Okay, real quick. What did you get? What did y'all get from that?
What I got out of that is women think that the older they get, the smarter they get, the more value they have, which is whether it's job or accomplishments or whatever. But in the real world, they don't understand that to a nigga like us, that's okay. That's okay. We need you to be able to help us.
Mm-hmm.
That's okay. But for the niggas y'all want, they don't give a fuck about nothing.
They don't need you to help them.
Yeah.
They don't care nothing about your money because they don't need it.
Yeah.
But when you still a working class person, regular working class person, y'all come together and y'all build together. You got more say so in that relationship than you do
100%.
in a relationship where the nigga make $200,000-$300,000 a year. He don't want to hear your motherfucking mouth. I don't care how pretty you is. And if your ass 30,
you get replaced.
You get replaced.
You can be replaced.
Yeah. And I think that also goes into what Kevin Samuels was also preaching. You know what I mean? Do you actually want this thing?
Yeah.
You say you want this high value man, but at the end of the day, do you actually want to have to deal with what his expectations of you are? And I don't think that a lot of people, women, or even, I don't think that women actually consider all of that when they try and, it just, in actuality,
hell no. They don't consider none of that. They don't. Shit.
But in actuality, I mean, on average, like we listen to those people like on Fresh and Fit, they're talking from a place that we aren't at it. You know what I mean? And talking to a lot of pretty much airhead women that feel that they are just OnlyFans is that's what they talk to. A bunch of OnlyFans models. And I'm not saying that what he said was like incorrect, but it's just like the audience that you're having around for this conversation is like super unproductive. And you may have gotten some productive pushback or a decent conversation from some people that were, you know what I mean, regular.
That actually,
that would like qualified, like intellectual.
Yeah, because you ain't talking to females that are actually professional.
Right, you talking to only
$200,000-$300,000 earners that live a respectable, quote unquote, respectable. They got the doctorate, they got the PhD, like they live in that real, you know what I mean? They done went to school. You got a bunch of girls on there that show their ass for some cash. And you just demoralizing them, you know what I mean? Right. So I do feel like, listen.
Yeah, but see,
with that nigga,
now one of those dudes date one of them. I ain't saying
no, absolutely not.
No,
but they going for what you used to call it low hanging fruit. Yeah, it's easy for him and them to put that on that stage and demolish them.
Yeah, and then the other thing about that is they earn their money off of their beauty. How long are you gonna be able to maintain that beauty?
Yeah.
What happens when you get to, because you making 100,000 or whatever you making doing that? They making a lot of money.
Oh yeah,
most of them ain't making a lot of money. But go ahead.
No, but the ones that be on there do
possibly,
maybe.
The way they
let's say that they are. Though. Let's say they are.
Hypothetically speaking, let's say they are. Okay, you making that type of money doing that. There's a cutoff point for you, just like from 18 to 25, them your glory days.
Yeah.
27, 28.
Oh, you on the other side.
29.
You on the other side. You only doing feet pics now.
The viewership
only got the feet
from
it's dropping there on the
27 to 30. The viewership is going this way.
Going that way. You better be locked in.
Hit 35. Now you looking for a husband. Everybody done seen your ass. How the fuck do you get a husband? How do you get not even a husband? How do you get a nigga that's gonna walk beside you?
But hold on.
Be hugged on
Let me ask you though. But they don't want but they don't want the husband.
Yeah, but
until it get later on, you will.
No, but like a lot of them now,
agree.
They don't want the husband.
They don't want him. They don't want a husband until it's like 50, 55.
What you gonna do?
Oh, yeah. Then you
when you getting ready to draw Social Security and you ain't got none,
and you found out Trump done turn that shit off.
Yeah,
because you didn't pay attention to that 401k.
It sound good until, like I say, you hit about 30, 27 to 30. After 30. Between 30 and 35, you done lost all your people.
Now you
can't
you feet pics
you
only.
You can't even afford
your only feet.
Only feet. Even afford your lifestyle. From 27 to 30, your whole life changes. It's because you can't make that money no more. So now you downsize.
So what are these girls gonna do? Jesse, what are the girls gonna do?
They're gonna be homeless. They're gonna be strippers.
Damn. Strippers. You can't be a 35-year-old stripper.
You're gonna be Hey,
You can't be up there, dog.
Hey, I seen some shit that where a person was talking about
can't be
posted
35.
on Facebook says
Repping.
what is it? Financial dating is it? And then dude was like, these hoes will come up with anything to say prostitution.
Man,
let's leave it there.
Hey,
Pause.
We're gonna pause with the balls, as my man Jay says. I'm still learning. I'm still learning how to pause in my life. We're gonna do an intervention. We're gonna save Jesse in a second here, but we're gonna go ahead and exit out here tonight. Hey man, I'm glad y'all came through. For sure. We had a great conversation. It didn't start out where we wanted to start out. It didn't end up where we wanted it to end. But you know what? We were all there together, and that's all that matters. We'll see you back here next week. This is the Who You Talking To show.
Yeah, and I'm gonna say peace out before I choke to death.
I guess I'm OleHead Rell.
OleHead Rell. Hey.
Ooh, nigga, cut.
Sweat.
Yeah, hey, the last leg, blackout.